Hey, my name is Thomas Davis, but you can call me Duke. And on this channel, I usually cover weight loss, body recomposition, muscle building, and sometimes productivity. Um, in this video, I just want to get, cut everything and go straight to the point of the situation. And I just want to announce that I'm going to be doing a weight loss transformation journey, week by week, live on video, just like this. And I want to start that in this video here. All right. So it's not going to be week one. Instead, this is week 0. And in this week, this is where we come to the realization of realizing where we are and realizing that we have to now make the decision to change our lives for the better because we have to, because our lives do depend on it. I want to start off by saying that this entire weight loss journey, this entire experiences, this entire thing is very simple, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. It requires consistency. It requires showing up every day. It requires holding on to your why you started this journey, and knowing that regardless of what happens or how many times you fail, that you're going to keep getting up and keep going ahead till you achieve the goal that you set for yourself. So it's not easy by any means, but it is very simple, and it does require you to be consistent. And it requires you to make a decision, not a choice, a decision. A choice will always lead you with an out. It will always factor in your emotions and how you feel about it. And for some things, I know that that's very important, but when it comes to this weight loss journey and you being where you are right now to be watching this video, I know that you basically don't want the option of having a choice and living your life on medications or compromising with illness by taking medication but still having it and still worried about the things that you can do or watching as the things that you used to do slowly be taken away from you. So making a decision is you basically accepting that, yeah, you're going to make mistakes, but you're going to keep going. Knowing that this journey is very simple, but it's not easy. Knowing that on this journey that you will fail, but you can bounce back as many times as possible, and knowing that you won't give up on yourself, and knowing that you love yourself and you matter, and and you will be successful at this decision that you're making. Also, I want to tell you guys about my own journey. This time last year, I was over 100 pounds. I was nearing that 400 pounds. I was over 400 pounds at several points in my life. But I decided to make a decision July 2nd, 2024, that I was going to lose 100 pounds. I didn't have a set goal in my mind when I decided to make my decision, which is the entire topic of this video. But I did spend time with myself when I came to the realization of where I was at my life. I was at a point where, I was staring at a lot of, high blood pressure because of my eating habits. Yeah, I worked out every day. Yeah, I lifted weights, and I used that as an excuse to not get healthy and to not get serious about my relationship with food. I saw that as an out, and I saw that as my choice. That was my choice. That I could lift a heavy weight and do all these different things, and I can eat this food here, and or any amount of food that I wanted to eat and still have the output that I was having. But deep down, I never liked the way I looked, and I never wanted to look the way that I looked. So I decided to make that decision when I went in for that for a job opportunity that I was going for, and I was told that I had high blood pressure, that I was facing pre-diabetes, and I was facing all these illnesses and complications that come with it. And I was proposed with this, the medications that would help alleviate the pain and all these different things. And I made the decision that day when I left that doctor's office, and I sat in my car and thought to myself, and mostly being realistic about where I was. Again, the topic of this video, you want to realize where you are, and from there, be brave enough to make the decision. I was scared. I didn't know where I was going to go. I knew how to work out at the gym, but that's it. I was always scared of the diet aspect of it, mostly because I let my own comfort zone and my fear of taking that first step to tell me that I would fail, and and I guess in some weird way, I thought that was okay to just avoid it completely instead of trying it and seeing success from it and growing in it and staying consistent with it. But that was when I decided to make my decision there. Facing the reality where I was, I didn't want a lifestyle of being on medication. I didn't want to have, disease or any of these things, stopping me from doing the things that I like to do. And I said that, it didn't matter how many times I failed because I loved myself and I wanted to have a new life. I was tired of accepting others' perception of me as being true. I was tired of being afraid to walk into rooms because of my weight. I was afraid of, I was tired of just being afraid to just be me and be out in the world and to do things and being self-conscious all the time. Things that we face when we're overweight and been overweight our entire lives, which I was. I was always the big kid. I was always the one who was the biggest person. You know, and you just get tired of that. And many times throughout your life, you have those moments where you have all these emotions come crashing down on you, and you just don't know how to deal. But I know if you're watching this video, you got to that point where you say you just gonna try this because you have to. Something had to change at some point. And that point is you getting to the point of making a decision and not having that choice. That choice is going to factor in that emotions, where you're going to be angry, you're going to punish yourself to try to lose weight and then give up 2 or 3 weeks, within your journey. That's not the point of, that's not what I'm encouraging, and that's not what this channel is. That's not what this journey is that I'm starting right here with you. We are doing this because hey, this is a decision that we made to live a better life, to become the true us, the real us, to see what we're capable of, to make this change so that we can go out and live the life that we always wanted to live, our dream life, and be the person that we want to be. So if you're looking for, choices and, on a weight loss journey and somebody who's going to, tell you false truth about weight loss and, all these other different things, then you're watching the wrong channel, and I recommend you to start watching right now and find someone else who will give you that type of weight loss advice, which is not real weight loss advice. It's a decision that we have to make to transform ourselves from the inside out. This weight loss journey is not something that's just physical, it's something mental and physical. And if you have people out there who's only telling you the one side of it, of just tracking your calories and just exercising and just calories in, calories out, they're doing you a major disservice. If you want to conquer weight loss and put it in the proper context that it is and treat it just like a everyday thing, just like everything else, just like the clothes you wear or the type of cologne you wear or perfume you wear or soap you use or whatever, that's what I'm doing on this channel. We're going to take it from being this major issue that stop you from living your life and going out in public and doing all the things that you love to do, being self-conscious about, how you look or how you wear, what are you wearing when you walk into a certain room or any of these things. I'm giving you real weight loss advice. We're attacking it mentally as well as physically. We had to undo the mental scars that we allowed to plague us from taking the next step forward. People beliefs about who you are and what you should be, and how those things compromise you as a person, and how you still hold on to those traumatic events now, and why you don't speak up or take out opportunities or whatever it may be that keep you from being the best that you can be. If you agree with making that decision, if you know that this journey is going to be one that challenges you mentally and physically, but I'm going to be there every step of the way to tell you how to conquer it, then I'm your guy. So our main goal for this week is our decision. This decision is going to let us know where we are mentally as well as physically. It could be any of the things that occurred, that led you up to this moment, all the depression or the setbacks or whatever it may be that gotten you to this point. We're going to sit down with these emotions and we're going to write them out. So download the form that's in the description, and we're going to go through and fill it out, go through and state all the things that may be ailing you or plaguing you, or you may think may be something that prevents you from taking this journey. We're going to go through and we're going to answer everything, and we're going to sit with that for the rest of this first initial week 0, and then we're going to come back next week, and then we're going to start taking action on what to do on our weight loss journey. The first thing on the form is are you happy? I want you to answer this question. Why not? What emotions and what emotion or emotions are you feeling right now? Are you happy? And why not? And what emotions or emotion are you mostly feeling right now at this point? Why do you need to change? And why do you need to change right now? And all the time I'm asking you this question, I just want you to think of like, what's your why? Like what's the main reason why you're doing this now? Like, why is this time different than as opposed to, the previous time that you got angry about your weight and you wanted to do something then? So, like I said before, be realistic about this, be brutally honest about it, and list everything that you have to list. The next, be honest. Will you give up if this journey becomes too hard for you? Why would you if you would? And why not? If you decide not to, if it becomes too difficult. This is just another a question reinforcing what I said before. This is a decision. It is not a choice. When it comes to choices, you will probably get too difficult on the journey, then you will tap out and you will walk away. So that's why you would do that. Maybe it became too hard, or maybe it's too challenging, or too many changes at once. And why not? And why not may lead you to say that because you made a decision not to give up on yourself. Simple as that. All right, let's go to the next one. Do you agree to do away with excuses as you engage on this journey? And it says only you can fill out your answers here, but mostly it's just yes or no answer. As simple as that. I require you to have no excuses. I want no excuses on this journey. I want no excuses why you would give up on yourself. Because this journey is simple. All it requires is consistency. And I promise you that you will win. And what I'm telling you here is how to conquer weight loss mentally as well as physically. And conquering the mental part of this journey, you can do anything. So do you agree to do away with excuses as you get on this journey? Do you agree to do away with excuses on this journey? Yes or no? And if you mark no, then you don't really need to proceed any further with this journey or this week. Because I know that if you're allowing excuses, then you're allowing choices into this part in the weight loss journey, and it's, you're factoring, you're giving more of your power to your emotions and to your comfort zone than to try something that would definitely make your life 1,000 times better. Well, it will make you more aware of what you have to do with your life to have the success that you need. And if you mark yes, then you're exactly the type of person that I'm looking for to engage with on this journey. You're a person who knows that consistency is going to be challenging sometimes, mostly because there are going to be outside factors affecting it. But you know that if you stick to it, that consistency will turn into discipline, and that discipline will lead you to more awareness that can lead you to different multitude of routes to accomplish your goal. How bad do you need this? How bad do you need this journey to succeed for you? How bad do you need to change right now? How bad do you hate being where you are right now? Because I could say that when I was at that point where I was making my decision, I hated everything about where I was and where I was at and the person that I allowed myself to become. And that mostly what this week zero rotates around, that decision. What all leads up to it? What all builds up to that tipping point where you say, okay, I had enough and now it's time to change. And that's basically boils down to this question: how bad do you want it? And I put it on a scale of 1 to 10. And you can choose, how bad do you really need this change? And for a lot of you, it'll probably be 10, or if you can mark, above it, you'll probably mark above it, and that's perfectly fine. So, and that will lead us to our next question, which is why is this time more different as opposed to before? Like I said before, I want you to be brutally honest. Like I said before, we're going to dig deep down and just poke around and of all our emotions, because this is highly important. We're delving into some of the mental work right now. It's the mental work that's going to sustain it. I don't want this to be some journey where you got mad about how much you weigh and you're going to go hard for the next 2 months and then lose weight and then give up and go back. You didn't make a commitment. You didn't make that commitment. You didn't make that decision. You were just backlashing out of anger. And that anger and that emotions are always short term, and it's always going to lead you to a point where you just crash harder. And then you're just going to use the experience of losing weight then and saying, this is why you can't do it. Not on this journey. We're starting off with making a decision to lose weight and engage in a weight loss journey. You're going to use that anger and turn it into something positive that will keep fueling you until you reach your goal. And while you're reaching your goal, you're going to be doing the mental work, and you're going to be realizing that there are different pivot points and different turns that you're going to take on this journey while you're getting to your weight, to your goal weight. And you're going to become a different overall person. You're going to look back, instead of those 2 months of doing it out of anger and being angry, you're 2 months on this journey, you're going to look back and be a completely different person. So why is this time different than it was before when you decided to lose weight or when you decided to make a decision? Answer that question for me. And a question that works in conjunction with that is the next one. Are you doing this out of anger or frustration or spite to get back at someone? You can answer with yes, then I know not to proceed any further with you, because like I said before, making a decision out of anger or frustration about where you're at is going to be very short term. And it's just going to crash, and you're just going to use it as a talking point while in your comfort zone state of mind to talk yourself out of making the change that you need to make. And if you say no, then you're the person for me. Because you know how to take that anger, frustration, and the self-consciousness and all this other stuff and use that as fuel to get to where you have to get to. You know the point of this journey. You know why we're doing this journey. It's to make you better. It's all for you. Got another question. And it's very early. This question can be updated and changed as we move on with our journey. But it's just simple. How much weight do you want to lose? That's my question for this question here. And I do want you to push yourself with this answer, but like I said before, it is week 0, and it is a question, or your answer can be updated as we move along through the journey. Everybody's body is different. Some people lose weight a little slower. Some people lose weight a little bit quicker. And for some of you, you will probably bump up your numbers probably by 5 or 10 pounds or so while you're on your journey. So don't stress it too much. If you felt that you set your goal a little too low, we can always raise it as we see the results come. So answer that question. How much weight do you want to lose? And that pretty much completes our form for the most part. I do have another part of this form that I title as homework, but really is just you delving a little bit further on your own when it comes to you and this decision that you made. I want you to list out all your fears, your hesitations, and your doubts about this weight loss journey. On one side, your fears, your doubts, and your hesitations. Like, what do you fear? Do you fear it won't work for you? Are you hesitating because you don't know what to do? So, list out those things. But also on the other side of that is the what if. The what if side of the sheet. What if you engage in this journey and you do lose the weight? How would you see things then? How would you feel if you do become a completely different person in the next few months? Like, how would that aid you? How would that benefit you? How would that get you closer to where you want to be in your life? And will you allow yourself that opportunity to experience that? So I want you to go through both sides and list your fears, your doubts, your hesitations on one side, and list the what ifs on the other. If this journey succeeds, then where will you be? Like, how happy would you be when it does succeed? Because it will. I want to remind you that I'll be here week by week on this journey with you. And I want you to remind you that it's a very simple journey. Only thing it requires from you is to be consistent, to constantly show up, to put in the work, to be open-minded to the things that I'm telling you that could improve you and make this journey a whole lot smoother for you. And do the inner work as well as the work on the outside. Just the exercising and the counting the calories, and make sure you're getting your appropriate amount of rest while we're moving through this journey. And I want to give you another word that even though you feel hopeless right now, even though you feel like you don't know what to do now, although even right now you feel like you're lost, or you really want this change but you don't know how it's going to happen, just know that you will reach your goal. Yeah, you're going to reach that goal that you set for yourself. I know you're saying, like, how? Don't worry so much about the how. Worry about taking the actions. Just be consistent, constantly show up, take action. That's when everything's going to reveal itself, the how you do this or the how you do that. And I'm not just saying all this just to say this to hype you up. I'm saying all of this because it's true. You take those steps with me. You take steps on this journey with me. I'm going to reveal to you the steps. I'm going to reveal to you the how you get to from where you are right now to where you want to be. It's possible for you. If a guy like me can do it, or countless other people can do it, you can do it too. It's not some big mystery on how to lose weight and become better and more productive and just more clear with more clarity in your thinking. When you make that, when you make your goal on this weight loss transformation. So I want you guys to fill out your form, be completely honest, fill out those fears, doubts, and hesitations, and also fill out that what if. If you really are serious about starting this journey, I will be back next week with week 1 on the list of things that we're going to do and start moving forward on our weight loss journey. Right here in week 0, I need you to make a decision. I need you to decide right now that this journey is for you, that you're going to put everything into it. I need you to be completely honest with those answers that you list on that paper. And I need you to read that paper every day this week. That's your assignment for week 0. Because when week 1 starts, that's where we're going to start taking action. That's where we're going to start laying the foundation for the new you. You're going to start functioning as the person that you written down that you want to lose weight and who you want to become on this journey. You're going to start living as the person that you wrote on the what ifs of when everything becomes successful, or when everything becomes successful on this journey. So next week, I'll be back at you guys with week 1 of this weight loss journey. Until then, fill out this form, believe in yourself, build belief in yourself, know that this journey is going to require you to be consistent, and that consistency will turn into discipline, and that discipline is going to bring you more awareness, and that awareness is going to just illuminate the steps that you have to take to get to your goal. All right, peace. I'll catch you guys next week.